I'm your host with Most Local 23. You're joining me for Royal Heir, Chapter 9, Ladies' Night! So, Queen Isabella is inviting you to Avernol? For what reason? The invitation says for a chance to get to know each other, just us girls. So, what are the rest of us aren't invited? Whatever her reasons, she's made it very clear that we shouldn't accompany Riley. Hey, that's fine. We don't need her party. We'll be busy getting ready for Bertrand's bachelor party extravaganza. Still, I don't like it. Queen Isabella wants some time with me. She's about to find out who exactly she's dealing with. If she wants, or thinks, she can push me around, she's going to have another thing coming. Be careful, Riley. If you go to Avernol, you've got to be on your guard. This isn't just a power move. It's a test. But of what? I'm not sure. Maybe she wants to get a measure of you. In any case, it'll be a show of how you maintain royal relationships and conduct yourself abroad as queen. And I certainly don't intend to send Riley off on her own. The invitation may have implied that Riley should come alone, but she did say that it was for just us girls. And you want to come with me? You know I'll always watch your back, Riley. Ah, so it's settled. Riley and Hannah are off to girl it up with an Avernol, and we'll handle the bachelor party. Liam laces his fingers through yours and squeezes your hand. I just wish I could go with you. I don't like the idea of sending you into danger. Whatever you're heading into, I'd feel better if you had two more of an entourage with you. Well, unfortunately, the rest of you don't fit the criteria. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I've had someone else in mind. Someone who could help you both in a fight, if it comes to it. Who? Oh, you know, the one who's always armed, can kill a man with her bare hands, always talking about how she's trained for war and survival. Scarlett Johansson? No, I mean Olivia? Rick's right. Olivia would be the perfect asset to take with you. It might be difficult to reach her at the moment. Isn't she busy doing Lyco stuff, like snow, apples, and rage? Her schedule is just complicated these days, but I could try to reach to her. This is your chance to take Olivia with you to Avernol. She'll give you an edge on your journey, and she's bound to make things interesting. Hey, by the way, guys, you should really follow me on Mixer if you're not already. Recruit Olivia. If we're going to do this, I want Olivia with us. I'll contact her immediately. With any luck, she'll be in Avernol by the time you arrive there. One flight later. So this is Avernol. It's very modern. Just then, a familiar voice sounds from behind you. You got Olivia to come to Avernol. More like overpriced. Makes you wonder what they're hiding in all the glitter and polish. Olivia, give me a hug. I missed you. Must I? You must. Squeeze Olivia into a huge hug. Okay, enough. How can you be so strong when it's inconvenient and so weak of the rest of the time? Our friendship gives me strength. Forget I asked. I'm glad to have you with us, Olivia. I bet you are. I don't know what Liam was thinking sending the Sunshine Duo here into enemy territory. Hey, we can handle ourselves just fine. Neither of you is hopeless, but let's just say I've been in much tougher spots than either of you and come out alive. Fair enough. Just then, a black car stops in front of you. The driver holds up a sign that says, Queen Riley, written on it. Looks like Queen Isabella's in a car. Well, then we better not keep her waiting. And the car goes boom. What? A short drive later, you walk into a posh boutique. Queen Riley, how wonderful to see you! And you've brought company. Anna's my dearest friend and confidant. I would never go anywhere without her. Oh, it'll be a pleasure to host Lady Hannah Lee. I've heard so much about you, Hannah. Your penchant for horse riding, your dissolved engagement, your failed courtship of Liam. Actually, that may be all I've heard about you. Do those about sum up your qualifications for courtly life? Oh, well, Isabella. Anna's knowledge of culture and arts is invaluable. Anna's extremely adept in the culinary, extrarian, and music arts, as well as a savvy and compassionate leader. Underestimating her is a huge, huge mistake. Riley. Of course. I'm sorry I didn't realize that would be such a sore subject. Please forgive me. Olivia steps forward regally. You're lucky that Riley and Hannah happen to be the forgiving sort. Isabella, Olivia here is one of Cordonia's most prominent ladies. She rolls over Lycos. Lycos is of course known to us. The powerhouse of Cordonia. Might recognizes might, Lady Olivia. Funny, I don't recognize you. Ooh. That's because you haven't gotten to know me properly. Let me correct that today. I hope you don't mind, it's not just you and Riley. It's just us girls, after all. The more the merrier. Now, my hope for today is that I can show you there's more to Avenue than Bradshaw's blustering. I thought we'd start the day indulging in some Avenue fashion. Thanks to my husband, we're known for our military might, but Avenue has a softer side, too. Isabella gestures to the modern, upscale boutique around you. This place is lovely. Thank you for bringing us here. It looks bland. It looks like a local IKEA. Stop it. Yes, it's nice. Olivia leans against the counter and grabs a colorful handful of complimentary candies on display. Pulled out all the stops, I see. Dare say this free candy rivals that of Cordonia. High praise from Olivia. I love you, Olivia. Please enjoy yourself. That's what today is all about, isn't it? Oh, free candy, ahoy! Oh boy. Isabella lifts an elegant gown off a display. We're a leader in fashion and art. The designer's known for opulent and over-the-top gowns. Queen Riley, why don't you show your support for the kingdom's blossoming friendship and wear this gown today? As women in power, we have this opportunity to showcase designers and make ourselves look amazing in the process. It would be so meaningful for the designer to know that she's sold a gown to Queen Riley. Cordonia is known for its riches, and I assume the price won't be an issue. Extravagant gown in the latest Avenue style. Why not? Money has never been a problem for Cordonia, and this dress is too gorgeous to pass up. You look amazing, Riley. I do, don't I? And you're demonstrating remarkably good taste. Queen Isabella adjusts your hair and straightens a fold in the gown. In fact, I'd love to show Liam my new ensemble. Snap a picture of yourself in the gown and send it to Liam. What do you think? The gown is an international incident. So you like it. Like it. You look absolutely stunning. I'm this close to calling a jet and flying to your side. You're bluffing. Don't tempt me, I could do it. I am a king, you know. And then show some regal decorum and be patient. I'll see you soon. Anything you say, my queen. Cute. So, Queen Riley, I must ask, were you surprised to receive my invitation? Surprised? I get whisked away by my frenemies. For extravagant outings all the time, I've learned to expect the unexpected, particularly from Avenue. I have to admit, it did catch me by surprise. Go with middle. You're learning, that's good. Honestly, I wanted to speak with you, woman to woman, so the other men take center stage with all their posturing. King Bradshaw is certainly an imposing figure. I'm glad you noticed. Tell me, Queen Riley, what do you think of my husband? You can be honest, brutally so. Well, Bradshaw's made quite an impression on me. but I'm still making up my mind on him. If there's one thing I can't stand, Queen Riley, it's indecisiveness. It means you're either too afraid to be honest, or you've got nothing interesting to say. No, I just don't remember the guy, honestly. I mean, I've dealt with so many idiots in this book that they kind of all blend together. Riley isn't either of those things. Oh, then I hope the rest of the day proves me wrong. We haven't known King Branshaw for a very long time. It isn't unreasonable that we want to learn more before making a statement about him. Thank you, Hannah. Oh, then let me educate you. Bradshaw is a blunt instrument. If he had his way, we would strong-arm everyone we meet. But he's only half of the power at play here, and he doesn't know when to use finesse instead of brute strength. It's like the old saying, when all you have is a hammer, smite them with a hammer. It's supposed to be everything looks like a nail that you then hit with a hammer, right? So same idea. Your point is well made. Bradshaw has a tendency to be I'll hammer more often than not. Ahem. But enough about him. Come, ladies, I'm dying to show you more of my kingdom. After a short drive, Isabella leads you to a pristine plaza in the historic heart of the Avernule, where already a crowd is gathered on the sidewalk waving to their queen. Avernule's beautiful, Isabella. Modern, but with a historic charm. It's not our charm I wanted to show you. She leads you up to a small, raised stage with a podium. The stage, the crowd. Is there to be some sort of royal address today? Just then you notice a low, distant sound like rumbling. What is that? Avenue's greatest pride is its military, and I've arranged for a parade of our elite honor guard to welcome you. The sound sharpens as it approaches into a rhythmic pounding of thousands of boots marching. Trumpets play fanfare, scores of uniformed troops march down the streets of Avernule and Plaza. Citizens gather and cheers, huge armored trucks roll past. High in the sky, a squadron of fighter jets flies over in formation. I've never seen a more impressive display. Our military is one of the most elite in the world. They could crush or cripple any enemy force in the world. But only when they need to, right? They do what is necessary to protect Avernule and its allies. Beside you, Olivia leans close and whispers, keeping her smiling facade intact. An impressive display, but don't be fooled. This is a show of force. Isabella wants you to know what her allies enjoy and what her enemies will face. Soon the troops are gathered in the square, standing at attention with robotic, stalwart discipline as Isabella steps forward to address them. I was going to say it's more like Korea or China. Esteemed honor guard, your presence is a blessing, and your strength is our pride. And today, I would like to present you our esteemed guests. Duchess Olivia Navrakis of Lycos, and Lady Hannah Lee, and Queen Riley of Cordonia. Isabella motions for you to approach the mic on the podium. You want me to talk now? Surely Cordonia's finest envoy can spare a few words for our brave troops. You're really putting Riley on the spot? A leader should always be prepared, no? You could have given me a heads up earlier. Riley, I agree that this was brought to you abruptly. But this is an opportunity here to build relations with our neighbors, to win the hearts of the people, and to show them the grace of Cordonia that you embody. Elegantly put, Hannah. Spoken like a true diplomat. I'm beginning to see why Riley brought you along. Olivia sneaks a moment to whisper you discreetly. The Avenese are a warlike people, just like mine. Appeal to their strength if you want to win them over. When you approach the microphone to speak, the soldiers give a brief cheer of approval upon seeing your Avernese good gown. Glad I dressed for the right crowd. People of Avernule, I am Queen Riley Venti of Cordonia. Surely you know me from my many triumphs over my enemies. Ask the cowards that attempted to coup in Cordonia. They'll tell you who stamped out their forces. Hearts whoop and cheers ripple through the crowd. Your great kingdom has already made an impression on me. When I return home, I will speak of your impressive might. A fighting force like no other. Cheers crescendo from the audience. I thank you for your hospitality and leave you with these parting words. Good soldiers of Avenul. I fear anyone who would call themselves your enemy. May the people of Avenul flourish under your protection, and may those who threaten Avenul fear your power. I hate the timed. I really do hate the timed. It's just stupid. And it got faster as the thing went on. The troops erupt in a guttural whirl-like chorus of cheers that thunders throughout the plaza. Isabel dismisses the congregation with regal wave and takes your arm as she leads you to the back of the car. Bravo, Riley. I didn't realize you had such a talent for appealing to Avenese people's zeal. You impressed Isabella with your speech. Good for her. What can I say? I'm getting kind of good at this leadership thing. Yeah, it's called fake it till you make it. Now then, I'd love to show you more of Avenul. Perhaps one of our more relaxing time-honored traditions. Hunting, shooting, bombing something. Oh no, continue. I wonder, a brass band perhaps, a drum line, some other ostentatious fanfare. Thank you, Olivia. I think Queen Isabella is referring to the famous hot stone spas of Avenul. Hot stone? Unless hot stones are ignited and loaded into a catapult, I'm not interested. I'm afraid it's a bit less martial. It's a therapeutic massage treatment using heat stones on the body. The natural volcanic activity in Avenul inspired a long tradition of it. Impressive. I see you've done your research, Hannah. I've been studying our neighboring countries and kingdoms since I was a child. I've always been curious about Avernese hot stones. Well then, it's settled. It is? No one asked my opinion? Really? I'd like to go home and take a nap. And I don't mean in your place that you're gonna give me. You wouldn't deny me this, would you, Riley? A chance to share Avernese tradition and chat just us girls? Of course not. Sounds great. Oh, excellent. I hope you take the heat. After she walks away, you hear Olivia scoff. What do you think about that? Obviously a test. A classic Avenul using anything to gauge their visitor's strength. Even the traditional steam rooms. I mean, she wants to test Riley's tolerance for heat? Oh, it's more than that. This is about your fortitude, your composure under duress. Well, then I'll be ready. 5 minutes later. Let me out! Let me out! Isabella's attendants take you to the lavish royal spa, where you meet the queen in one of her steam rooms, the air already thick with heat. Girls, have a seat. Should we have brought our bathing suits? Maybe some light towels? Not for Avenese sauna. The more layers, the more heat, the better. You and Hannah take a seat as Olivia suspiciously scans the room. Something wrong, Olivia. I'm just trying to suss out what you have planned for us. Some sort of trial, or trap, or power move. Oh, power move, Riley, please. We should be all beyond posturing. Our kingdoms are tied. We should be friends. Friends, sure. But if this is about an official alliance, I don't think this is the time or place to... Oh, let's not talk shop. I simply meant that our people have a shared history. Your former queen was Avenese. After all, strange, don't you think? What do you mean? Oh, just that I barely heard one mention of her while Bradshaw and I visited you. What does Cordonia think of Avenul since the late Queen Eleanor's days? Honestly? Okay, this is a test, remember. I'm gonna stay with the middle. I don't deal with hearsay. Public opinion changes every day, and anything I'd say would be a guess at best. I'm sure you don't want that. Fair enough, and well put. I haven't expected you to dodge the question with niceties, but I can see you're no pushover. An admirable quality for some raising the Cordonia hair. Thank you. And speaking of the hair, I haven't heard much of the current holder of the throne. It seems that King Liam leaves much of the decision-making to you. Doesn't seem curious to me. My husband trusts me. Riley is the Queen of Cordonia. Why wouldn't she make decisions on the kingdom's behalf? Isabel makes a face as if catching herself. Oh, forgive me, look at me. Going on about politics after saying not to talk shop. Oh, we're here for a reason, after all. Now let us enjoy it, shall we? Isabel takes a pair of tongs and lifts a smooth, dark stone from where it's being heated. Allow me to place these along the pressure points on your forearm. You'll find it serves to relax the muscles if you can stand the heat. Extend your upturned forearm and receive the stone. Instantly, the intense heat sinks into your muscles, radiating through your body. Oh, wow. Olivia and Hannah extend their arms and receive hot stones of their own. Hannah winces while Olivia grits her teeth and holds tight to her stony composure. Oh, this is much more invigorating than I expected. This is nothing. Do your worst. Olivia leans over to whisper. You have to show Isabella your resolve. Endure as much heat as you can. We already figured that out, Olivia. So basically, if she sticks me with hot pokers, I'm supposed to go, would you like a cup of tea with that? What do you think, Riley? Is the heat uncomfortable? You breathe deep, trying to endure the growing discomfort. I've faced the heat of New York summers. This is nothing I can't handle. Of course, I won't insult you with these mild intensities. Let's turn things up, shall we? Isabella switches your stone with a new one, even hotter than the first. You strain, but hold your composure. Thank you. This is great. I'm sorry, is it too hot? Please do let me know. Endure. I've read Twitter takes hotter than this. Why is this a pissing contest? Seriously? Is this what you women do? I mean, I know not everyone does this, but I'm serious. Riley! Isabella raises an eyebrow at you, both surprised and impressed. Very well. More heat it is. I want to say something, but I'm not. She places a new stone on your arm, and instantly your body's heat swells. Beads of sweat form on your forehead. You do your best to keep from crying out. You maintain a calm, stony composure through the heat. No problem. Really relaxing, actually. A small smile lights up Isabella's face, and she eyes you as if seeing you in a new light. I'm impressed. Most people can't withstand the stones at the level of heat. It takes a special kind of fortitude to do that. I think you'll find that Queen Riley is special in many regards. Yes, underestimating Riley would be a mistake, Isabel. And I myself could endure hotter stones. I simply don't choose to. The Lycos warriors prefer ice in their veins. I'll take that as well into account, but enough talk. We'll reconvene for dinner soon. Isabella stands and saunters off cheerfully as if emerging from a refreshing bath. Sure. Can you get this stone off me now? After washing up and dressing, you reconvene with Hannah and Olivia in a sleek, immaculate dining room in Evernewell's palace. What do you think of Isabella's little spa date? You were right, it was a total test. Of course I was right. If there's one thing I know, it's the art of extracting information from peers under the guise of friendship. That's a disturbing way to put it. Anyway, we should be on our guard. We don't know what crafty scheme she has in store for us next. Just then the doors open and a train of servers parade in, carrying trays upon trays of lavish desserts. Cake? Isabella strums in gracefully, taking a seat beside you at the table. Petite fours, to be exact, confections from the finest pastry shapes in Avonlea. What is a girl's night out without sweets, no? Olivia whispers to you. Crafty indeed, Isabella is definitely after more. Call her out on it. Excuse me. Just simply, what's the catch? Hold on, that looks wonderful. I expected something more extravagant for you. Oof. I mean, in a way, that would be a call-out, but... Dessert, what's the catch? Catch? I can't just help but think there's something you want in return. Astute and direct. You know, with Olivia here, I feel almost as if it's easy mode and my conscience is speaking for us all. I thought you might appreciate that. And the answer is, of course I want something, don't we all? All I ask is that you consider your friendship with Avenul officially. Ratcha and I extended an offer to form an alliance, and that offer is still on the table. The glory of Cordonia, the might of Avenul, our bond cemented by joining of our families. Sounds like the stuff of stories, no? And by joining of what families, you mean heirs of our kingdoms being betrothed? Ladies, these are terms and logistics we can get into another time. For now, can't we just enjoy this peace summit over eclairs? I guess we could enjoy all these gorgeous desserts for now. Before long, you resolve melts away, like so much decadent vanilla buttercream in your mouth, but you find yourself chatting and laughing freely with Isabella. Everything here is delicious. I will admit these baked goods may be on par with the Lycos cuisine. If anyone told me that Avernol had desserts as good before, I would have visited much sooner. Please enjoy. It's been so long since I've had such familiar interactions with people. What do you mean? Well, you must know how lonely this courtly life can be. Her expression darkens a shade, the slightest tinge of pain peeks through. Before the twins, it was just myself and Bradshaw for so long. Conceiving was difficult for me. I'm so sorry. It must have been hard to deal with, not to mention hard to open up about. Indeed, the pressures of ruling leave little room for candidness. I'm afraid I've overexposed myself. If it makes you feel any better, there are things I haven't really shared with others. Oh, and this is her way of trying to bait you into crap. Honestly, sometimes I get tired of all the politics, all the tiptoeing, all the pleasantries, all the doublespeak. I just want something honest and normal sometimes, you know? I know the feeling. Just cast off all the responsibility and run away from it all. Does that sound about right? Exactly. It is so comforting to hear you say that your candor is refreshing. Now come, you must tell me everything. Oh, let the poor girl catch her breath. I've been dying to hear more about Avenul. I know you've been hoarding all interesting stories. Oh. While Isabella is distracted by Olivia's barbed compliments, Hannah turns to whisper to you. I've heard Isabella has a soft spot for a particular Avenul's vintage. She obviously wants to impress us, so maybe this is our chance to turn the tables. How so? Someone as competitive as Isabella has to be in drinking games. If we convince her to show off a few bottles, get her talking, we could learn some state secrets. Or some personal ones if we play our cards right. Plus, how often do we get a chance to get Olivia to open up? Okay, I'm sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Good point. So, what do you think? Personal questions, local wine, hopefully some intel? Could be fun. This is your chance to gain an advantage with Avernul's royalty and learn some juicy secrets while you're at it. Tell me your secrets! Your secrets! Get Isabella to play Hannah's drinking game. Isabella was born been sniffing around for Cordonia gossip all day. It's time we gave her a taste of her own medicine. Yes! Hannah turns back to Isabella and pointedly clears her throat. Queen Isabella, I've heard legends of Avernol's vineyards producing some of the most exquisite wine. One of our greatest points of pride, my dear. I promise you'll never find anything comparable outside of our borders. Perhaps, but I must admit that I've fallen in love with the cava from Camino de Santiago. Oh, you do know our wine, don't you? Well, perhaps Avernol can make you forget all about Spain. Would you like to try my favorite vintage? I would. In fact, in Cordonia, we sometimes play drinking games to get more acquainted with new guests. Olivia cocks an eyebrow at you as she catches on to the plan. In all the rage in the courtly circles, at least among those who can handle their drink. We thought it'd be the perfect end to our visit. Let us share some Cordonian traditions as a thank you over your favorite wine. Excellent. I believe this calls for the Chalice 1864. Come with me. Isabella leads you down a spiral stone staircase to the oldest room you've ever seen coming to Avernol. Welcome to the Royal Cellar. Come home to some of the most treasured possessions. I thought your kingdom was all modernization. We are, but it pays to remember some parts of one's history, especially in the parts those involve an exclusive, exquisite vintage and a high proof. She trails her fingers across the rows of bottles and plucks one from a high shelf near the back. In a matter of moments, she removes the cork and fills a goblet for each of you. It's dark, sweet, and it leaves you lingering taste of black cherry and chocolate. This wine, I'd better get the job done, is so luxurious. It's like there's a different flavor for every year it's spent in the bottle. It's no Lyco's red, but I suppose it'll do. What Olivia means is, we appreciate you sharing it with us. Of course. Now, what are we playing? Cordonia Must. Doesn't seem appropriate in present company, but I've heard of a drinking game called Two Truths and a Lie. You say 3 things about yourself, but one has to be a lie. If someone guesses your lie, you take a drink. If they guess wrong, they drink. Lying and drinking. I love it already. I'll go first and show you how it's done. Okay, I better dig deep and share some juicy stuff to set the right tone. I was in love with Liam, even when he was engaged to Madeline. Now a good lie. I've never been blackmailed. And now I better finish with a good truth. Oh, a good truth. I've never regretted coming to Cordonia. I've fended off kidnappers with my own 2 hands. I'm impressed by you, Isabella. Technically, that's a lie. Ah, it's the second one. Must be a true. Wrong. I have been blackmailed. What truly high-profile noble hasn't? So then you've never regretted leaving your home and stepping into this life? Not for a minute. I was born for this life, even if I wasn't born into it. What a rare specimen you're turning out to be, Queen Riley. I'll go next. Ahem. When I came into the room, I counted every exit when I first met Riley. I wanted to kill her. I came into Avernol unarmed because I trust you. Easy. It would be the second one. You're clearly one of Queen Riley's closest allies. Wrong. When I first met her, I couldn't stand her. We were both competing for the same man, after all. And the exits? There are 3, 2 at the far end, 1 hidden in the wall at the back. Why on earth would you care about a detail so small? Because they're exits, and in case you plan to kill us down here in a cellar. Always know where an attack might come from, and what your escape points are, obviously. Then the lie was... when I came here, unarmed because I trust you. Actually, that's 2 lies, because I am armed and I don't trust you. Isabella groans and takes a drink. Queen Isabella, I believe you're next. I hope I can be as entertaining as you've been. I know. First, I never wanted children. Second, I married Bradshaw for his money. And third, I've dismissed a servant for oversteeping my tea. The lie is you never wanted children. You married Bradshaw for his money. You dismissed a servant for oversteeping your tea. I would believe she would fire a servant. I don't believe she wanted children. Married Bradshaw for his money. Ah, by your own rules, you must drink. Crap! Usually, one would say that more like drink, drink, drink. Very well. Drink, drink, drink. Now, what was the lie? I would never dismiss a servant over something so trivial as tea, but it speaks volumes about those who would believe me capable of it. I mean, you are a pretty a-hole. As for Bradshaw, it was political marriage. The fact that it was my advantage financially was no secret to either of us. And never wanting children, you have twins. It was my duty when I took up the crown, but it was never something I wanted for myself. I mean, technically you didn't marry him for money. So... whatever, I'm not gonna argue. Power often requires sacrifices of those who would claim it. Who's next? Anna. My turn. Let's see. Anna takes a deep breath. Her expression becomes earnest as she begins to tell her two truths and a lie. My greatest fear is failing to be perfect. I've always been envious of Riley. I went through a phase when I was a teenager where I dyed my hair pink. The first one, I'm sure. Riley, what's your guess? The lie is, greatest fear is failing to be perfect. No. That's been a constant trend through these books, man. Let's be honest. She did fear. She had a huge fear. The lie would be, you've always been envious of me. There's absolutely no reason for Hannah to envy me. Are you kidding? That one was true. Drink. So the lie was, well, I've actually always wanted to dye my hair pink, but I never worked up the courage to do it. Ah, and so you admit not to being jealous of Riley, but also your deepest fear. Well, this is how the game is meant to be played. You've got to dig deep or go home. This is my home. Oh, shh. It's not literal. It's an expression. Anna, Wade. I would love to see your hair pink. Don't you know that you're perfect? I wish people would stop saying that. I feel compelled to be perfect, but I never wanted that in me. Ever since I can remember, I've tried my best to be everything I could. Well-behaved, classically trained, perfect at every skill that my mother said no would one day win me love. Funny, but I don't think I ever realized then that it was her love I was actually trying to win. But nothing was ever enough. And now, I can't turn it off. I still feel like I need to be the perfect lady in every situation. I am the same. I need to be the perfect man in every situation, but I don't know how to turn it off. Even though sometimes I just want to scream. Then do it. Huh? Scream. Why not? Ah! Well, okay. Ah! Okay, we're not all screaming. I should ask if they're feeling okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like screaming sometimes, but I typically scream internally, not externally. Are you okay? Never better. I'm always up for a good battle cry. Ah! Isabella finishes her drink and refills her goblet. Don't you ever get tired of trying so hard, Riley? Don't you ever get angry? Sure, I get angry. When I don't have the freedom to make my own choices. See, we're all under pressure. To tell you the truth, my dears, there's a certain freedom in giving up a perfect facade, if only for a few moments. Do something with me, Hannah. Isabella looks thoughtfully at the goblet in her hand and then the wine glasses on the nearby shelf and smashes a glass to the floor. Whoa. Hey, this party just got interesting. What? Isabella! Sometimes you need to break the world around you just a little bit. Try it. Me? Yes, Avernul won't miss one more glass. Well, okay. Anna winds up and smashes another glass on the floor. How did that feel? Kind of amazing? And see, the world survives even if you break a glass. Perfection is overrated. Oh yes. Olivia grabs a bottle of wine and hurls it at the wall. Okay, not the wine! Not the full bottles, Olivia! Whoops, sorry. To be honest with you, this is kind of something I do when the wall starts closing in. I'm surprised. As far as I could tell, you're every inch the perfect queen. And King Bradshaw, he's so strong and perfect. The two of you are the royal power couple of the year. He's hardly without his faults. There are things I could tell you that would shock you. Oh? But perhaps I shouldn't say. My, who knew the 1864 paired so well with gossip? Don't all wines. It's an honor that you share it with us, the gossip and the wine. It's been quite a novelty having company to drink it with in this fashion. The rest of the games go smoothly with everyone laughing and drinking together. Isabel opens another bottle and another. The hour's growing late. I suppose we should call it a night soon, ladies. Excuse me. I have a frog in my throat today. Wait, how about a little more gossip to finish the bottle? One last turn. You could try and stump us one more time. I've never been one to retreat from a game of wits. Let's see. I've never been to the Caribbean. I was born to the royal family, and Bradshaw won his medals for sitting behind a desk. We can answer, she pales and claps her hands over her mouth. Oh, I really shouldn't have said that. So it's true? Well, I suppose the cat's out of the bag. He's been stationed in combat zones in half a dozen countries, but the truth is he's never seen any combat firsthand. Sure, he can order troops around and strategize, but he's never had to fight, even though he's won half a dozen medals for combat. I always thought he looked too soft for a commanding officer. Isabella looks at you shrewdly. Well, I suppose this was what you were hoping for all along, a chance to catch me off guard. Please don't spoil it by apologizing. I respect the move. Well done, ladies. Cordonia just gets more and more interesting, doesn't it? I mean, Isabella, however you play the game, I think we all agree that this one has come to an end. Riley and I can tidy up here if you'd like to get some rest. It's the least we can do after your hospitality. We have servants for that, but if this is some of the Cordonian hospitality thing, who am I to stop you? As long as I don't find any bottles missing in the morning. Isabella yawned loudly. Olivia steers her toward the stairs. I'll make sure she gets to her quarters in one piece. Once the door closes, Hannah grins at you. Mission accomplished, we did it! Wait, Hannah, about what you said earlier. Your mother was wrong to treat you the way she did. I'll never forgive her for what she did to you. Please don't say that. She's still my mother. But don't you get mad about how she's treated you? Can't you see how horrible it was? Sure, but some part of me wants to hate her. There are a million bad things about my childhood because of her. But everything good also comes from her too. Anna squeezes your hand and takes it and squeezes it. Excuse me. It means everything to me to have a friend like you. Everywhere we go, I see smart, powerful, elegant nobles, but they all seem so alone. I can't help thinking how much happier they could be if they had a real friend. Anna, together we can do anything. And you know what? I believe you. You got Isabella to spell some secrets. Now, let's get out of Avernul and back to the rest of our friends. Agreed. We should text and see how they're doing. Hey love, Avernul has been interesting. How's everything with you and the boys? Well, I'm doing good. Drake is Drake. Maxwell is freaking out. What? Oh my god, why? He's been working on a surprise for Bertrand's bachelor party, but he says Bertrand is on to him. I think Maxwell will be fine, though. Scratch that, he's stress dancing. Oh my god. Can you stop Bertrand from spoiling his own surprise party? Find out in the next chapter. Stress dancing. I wonder what that looks like. So, with that being said, I hope you all did enjoy the video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And down in the description below, there's links to social media, our Discord, and if you'd like to support me and my content. And hey, speaking of which, there's links to Twitch as well as Mixer. And hey, if you want to support me, there's a join button on YouTube. Consider becoming a sponsor. I mean, it's just that easy. You get emotes, you get little things to go with it, you get a shout out to you in the whole 9 yards, as well as member exclusive posts, and it's just a great way of saying, you know what, Locum, I like your content so much that I want to give back in at least the smallest way I possibly can. Without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.